Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we're working again with Divi 5 today, and we've got two very simple interactions for you. Really easy to do, but great little things to have on your site. If we look at the picture on the left there, the helicopter, and I just hover over it, simple hover effect, we've got a call to action fading in with some details, and of course a button to take them to the purchase page or whatever you want to do. These sort of things are great for sort of WooCommerce products and stuff like that, for showcasing individuals. And the one on the right, this crazy looking truck here, we've done a similar sort of thing, but we're using an interaction with this little icon here to pop up again, the same, to take your visitors to whatever page you want to take them to. Click on it again, it's going to disappear. No coding involved in this today. This is the great new features of Divi 5 itself. So let's get started. I've got the page open here. Let's create perhaps a new row. Well, let's just get rid of this and we'll do it again. We'll add a new row right here. I'll do a similar thing. I'll put two columns in my row. The first one is very simple. I'm going to put a call to action module in here. And for the title, I'm going to put a price in. $29.99. And we're going to say what it is. It's a radio control copter. Whatever it is you've got going on. I'm going to make that bold by selecting it and hitting the B up there. I'm going to take some of this text away. You just have a short description about it probably there. Let's just leave that there. And of course the button's not going to show up until we add a link down below. If we open up link here, I'll just put a hashtag in there. Obviously you put the URL of wherever you want to take your visitors when they click on that button. Great. Well, I'm going to go over to design now. The title text, basically the price, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. H2 is okay. Capital's fine. Where it is fine. I just want to make it a bit bigger. And perhaps let's make it bold or something like that. Now, while we're in design, I'm actually going to give this a fixed height. So it's the kind of shape, or at least the size that we want it to fit all our information on all devices up here. So let's just roll back up. I'm going to close up the title text. I'm going to go down to sizing. I'm going to roll down to height. I'm going to give it a fixed height of, let's say, 300 pixels. Just type in 300. You can either put PX on the end or just select pixels from up here. It's the first one, so it'll grab it by default. Okay, that's fine. Now let's have a look on tablet. That's going to fine. I'm going to adjust the padding a little bit, and we'll have to take a look on mobile also. Let's roll down. I think that's going to be fine on mobile. Let's go back to desktop. I'm going to add a little bit of padding to the top here. Spacing is just down below. Here's the padding. It's got a default of 40 in there. I'm going to use a percentage. I'm going to just try 10%, see what happens. Yeah, that's fine. And again, we'll take a look on tablet. We could take that up a bit. Yeah, that'll work. And we'll take a look on mobile. That's fine on mobile too. Great. I'm going to change that background color now. Background's always under content. I mean, the call to action still. Background, there's the blue. Let's change it to a black maybe. And I'm going to take the opacity away just a little bit so we get a little hint of the image behind it when we hover over and pop it up. You can always adjust this if we want it a little bit more. Great. Well, let's make the magic happen there. And if you've seen any of my other hover effects, I've got a whole playlist out there if you want to take a look. You know what's going to happen next. I'm going to go into the row and the column that this call to action is sitting in, column 1, the left-hand column. Background, again, always under content. I'm going to add the image I want to put back there. And there it is, that crazy copter. And you can just see a hint of it in the background there. Like I said, if I go back into the call to action now, if it's not enough for you, just go to your background, click on the color, left click. Take the opacity down to where you can see as much or as little as you want. Now we're going to create the hover effect. It's so easy. So initially, I don't want to see the call to action at all. I only want it to happen when their mouse goes on it or they tap on it. So let's go over to design. Going to go down to filters. Going to roll down to one that says opacity. Opacity, there it is right there. Regular state when the mouse is not on it. Desktop state, that's fine. I'm going to take the opacity slider all the way down. So all we see is a nice image itself. When they put their mouse on it, we can go up here to the little computer type icon, left click, hit hover. I want it to bring it back when they hover. Perfect. Now the default time it takes to go from one to the other with Divi is 300 milliseconds. And you can speed it up or slow it down if you want to. I'll show you where. Let's flip it back to desktop. In fact, I'll leave it on hover. And when we go over and look at the timing, it'll say it's not available because we're on hover. So if we go to advanced, you change the timing down in transitions here. And it's all grayed out and you've got that little stop sign sort of thing. That's only because we're in the hover state. If I switch that back to desktop now, these all become available. So if you have that problem, make sure you're in desktop mode. You can change the timing right there. I'm happy with that. So let's save this and this should be working for us. We'll save draft. We'll take a quick preview. There's our little helicopter. When I hover over it, we've got that little call to action fading in. They can click on it. You can take them wherever you want to. Perfect. And for the next one, we'll save a little time. I'm going to go back in there. I'm just going to clone our little call to action right here. Now, as it's hidden, I'm going to go to wireframe mode. There it is right there. Let's clone it with the two little squares or duplicate it. I'm going to drag one of them across here. So we've got the same thing in the right-hand column. Now, the reason we can't see it, remember, we took the opacity down. I want to just undo all of that. I'm going to put it back to the normal there. And then hover state. I'll make sure it's normal too. Perfect. Great. Well, let's go back to desktop mode. And we'll make the magic happen here. Now, there's a couple of other steps we need to take with this one. First thing, we want to put in whatever it is you want to put in the background there. We had that crazy truck. So again, that's in the column that this is sitting in. So if we go up here to row, we're working on a right-hand column, column 2 now. Again, background, always under content. We'll throw in whatever crazy thing you want to throw in there. I'm going back into the call to action. I'm just going to change this to RC truck. Okay, now how are we going to make the magic happen with this? Well, before we do it, there's one step we've got to take that we didn't take on this one. We're going to be using an interaction for this, and we're going to put a little icon on the bottom here that you can click to make the call to action appear and disappear. Problem with this is once we click it and it disappears, the column thinks there's no content in it, so it's going to shrink up on mobile devices when there's nothing to make it that big on this side. So we actually need to give our column the same heights as we gave to our call to action, which was 300 and 350. So let's do that. We'll go back into the column again, column 2. Pretty sure Divi 4 did not allow you to add a height element to the columns. You had to do it with CSS. Here we are in Divi 5 and we can go down. We can just go in and give it exactly the same height as we gave our module, which was 300 on desktop. It's already doing 350 because of the one on the right there, but I will give it 350 because on some devices it may collapse down to a single column. We want to make sure that everything fits. Yeah, it looks like I need to adjust the size of the call to action too. 350. It should inherit it on mobile. Scroll down there. Yeah, 350. And make sure that column's going to inherit it too. Back into the row, column 2. Sizing wise, 350, perfect. Great, well let's go back to desktop now and we'll make this happen. Now we need a little trigger to make this happen, something they can click on. In other words, I'm going to use a little icon. So I'm going to just click little add new module across there. I'm going to use an icon for mine. You can use any module, you can use a button, use whatever you want. Icon's going to work for me. I'm going to use a little dollar sign perhaps. That one's going to work perfectly. Let's make it perhaps 30 pixels. I'm going to leave it on that default blue. I might make it a little bit brighter. Here's the icon. There's the initial color. Let's use the lighter of the two blues there. I'm going to make it about 30 pixels. Obviously adjust to taste. But I want it to be sitting almost where it is, just a little bit further up at all times. So I'm going to use a bit of absolute positioning, which will position it absolutely in the parent, which is the actual column it's sitting in. So over in advanced, you can go down to position. I'm going to change it from default to absolute. As you can see, it's top left at the moment. I want it bottom middle. I want to offset it just a little bit from the bottom. Let's maybe do 15 pixels and see where we are. I think that's going to work. Make sure that it's going to look okay on tablet and mobile. That's going to be fine. Okay, let's make the interaction happen. Okay, so initially we don't want to see this call to action module at all, just like this one. We just want to see the image. So what we can do, we're in the call to action. We can go to advanced visibility. I'm going to disable it on all devices so it won't be seen. So we just got the image. You'll see a sort of ghost version of it here on builder mode, just to let you know it's there. Okay, now we need to build some interactions in. While we're in the call to action, I'm going to go under the content tab all the way to the bottom. I'm going to give it an admin label. This will enable us to identify it a lot more easily when we add the interaction. You'll see what I'm talking about in a moment. I'm just going to call it truck, whatever you want to call yours, obviously. Great. Now I'm going to go into the little icon. I'm going to go over to advanced. You're going to find a new tab called interactions in Divi 5. I'm going to add an interaction. When they click on this little icon, I want it to toggle the visibility of our call to action module. And there's plenty of things to choose from. Toggle visibility is going to work perfectly in this situation. Target module. Well, we just called it truck. When I click on this, it gives you the whole page in a tree here. Now we gave that an admin label of truck, which makes it a lot easier to find when you've got a lot of stuff on your page. So there we go. That's what we want to target. Don't want any delay. I want it to happen as soon as they click on that little icon. So let's save. Let's see if this is going to work for us. Again, I'm going to save draft. I'm going to re-preview. There we have it. Nice little image of our crazy truck there. If I click on our little icon, it's going to bring in the price and a call to action or buy now or whatever you want to put on your button. If I click on this again, it's back to the image. Really nice little feature, really easy to do, as you can see. Now, if you wanted to have a mouse pointer, or rather the cursor changed to a hand to indicate you can click on that thing, we have to add just a little bit of CSS code, but it's not necessary. It still functions perfectly without it. I'll just show you for anybody that's interested. Let's go back here. I'm going to go into the icon itself again. I'm going to go down to CSS under the Advanced tab here. Under Module Elements, I'm going to go to the main element. I'm going to write two words. Cursor, C-U-R-S-O-R, colon, pointer, P-O-I-N-T-E-R. Now if we resave and re-preview, when I roll my mouse over that icon there, it's going to change to a little hand. Like I say, you don't need to do that, but if you want a little hand icon to indicate something's happening on desktop, that's the way to do it. So there we go, guys. Two very simple interactions there. One's a simple hover effect, and one's a simple interaction with a little icon doing a similar thing. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. Like I say, we've been doing a lot with Divi 5 lately. I should do some more with Divi 4 as it's still current and all my client sites are on Divi 4, and actually most of my personal sites. I play around with Divi 5. It's still in the alpha state. Beta will be coming out soon, and they've promised the final version will be released before the end of the year. But if you have any questions about Divi 5 or Divi 4, please feel free to drop them down below. I'll do my best to answer them if I can, or make it a little demo video. So once again, this has been Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.